It is time for a massive raise to Social Security benefits, including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, and RRB. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, it is finally time to hold all of these lawmakers accountable for the millions of fixed income beneficiaries who are living well below the federal poverty line. In fact, a new report was recently released showing that last year alone, 1 million more seniors aged 65 or older fell into poverty. Also, did you know that 79% of Social Security beneficiaries rely on their monthly benefit for at least half of their monthly income? Meanwhile, there's also a large percentage of people receiving Social Security who rely on their monthly benefit for all of their monthly income. And as we all know, SSI benefits are well below the federal poverty line to the tune of about $300 every single month. As of right now, we know the federal poverty line is about $1,132 per month or $13,590 per year. As a result of that, Congress has some big work ahead of them, and they need to offer some massive raises for millions of fixed income beneficiaries to lift everybody up to the federal poverty line, at least, because this is something that we've talked about, this is something that they've talked about, this is something that has been introduced, and it's finally time for them to do something about it. Well, that's exactly what I want to focus on here in the video, so let's get into it a little bit further. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video. As I am your one and only daily advocate, I am here for you every single day, right by your side, no matter what, watching all these informations coming out, watching all the announcements and everything else hitting the wire, doing all the necessary research, and breaking it all down into these videos so you can stay updated with what is actually going on as things continue to change very rapidly, especially with all these announcements out of the administration and the president, lawmakers in Congress, everything that Congress is currently working on, the bills, the proposals, packages, amendments to very important benefits, as well as reform to very important fixed income programs, and anything in regards to money, checks, programs, raises to benefits, stimulus, or anything else like that. Of course, I'm watching it closely. And of course, any announcements out of the Social Security Administration, CMS, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, as well as everything else going on right now. It's a very busy time, and it's only going to get busier and busier the further that we move forward. Anyway, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and so you don't miss any videos going forward, and I'll continue to be here for you every single day. All right, let's get into it and talk about all the details. So, as I laid out earlier in this video, I think it's very clear there are millions and millions of fixed income beneficiaries who are living well below the federal poverty line. I want to say this one more time here. I've mentioned this in other videos. Actually, I've mentioned this quite a few times over the last roughly 2 years now, and I want to say it again really quickly because I think it's something we all need to be reminded of from time to time. The president said something a couple years ago. He said that no older adults or people with disabilities should ever need to live in poverty in America. Well, as we've talked about, unfortunately, a lot of people are living in poverty who are well below the federal poverty line. Again, $1,132 every single month is the federal poverty line. Well, we know that SSI, for example, is about $300 less than the federal poverty line as of right now. We also know that there's a lot of fixed income beneficiaries, Social Security retirees, Social Security disability beneficiaries, survivors beneficiaries, VA beneficiaries, RRB beneficiaries who receive benefits well below the federal poverty line and who also need a massive raise to benefits. So yes, we do know that the annual cost of living adjustment does boost benefits a little bit, but sorry, it's a far cry from what they need to be as far as up to the federal poverty line, and we know this, right? We've also seen the piece of legislation, for example, the SSI Restoration Act. Within that, they want to raise those benefits up to the federal poverty line. What have they done about it? Nothing. They've done nothing, right? Congress has done absolutely nothing. Anyway, I think it's about time to whip out the old typewriter and whip up another letter. By the way, not actually a typewriter, right? A computer, right? Do you remember the days of typewriters? That was kind of funny, right? If you ever were typing on a typewriter and you made a mistake, uh-oh, there goes the whole document, right? Do you remember that? How silly, right? But seriously, that's what it was. I remember the days back then, yeah, writing on a typewriter. Oh, that was funny. Anyway, the point is, I think it's about time to write another letter. Considering where we are right now, there's a lot of things going on right now, and we're actually in a very vulnerable time right now where I feel like the lawmakers are kind of in a sweet spot right now, and I feel like, let's get them, boys. Let's get them, right? So anyway, I know there's a lot of women here too. I'm just simply saying, just like a little saying, right? But the fact of the matter is, I think it's time to get out to Congress and reach out to them and really hammer this home that they've set out with all these proposals and amendments and stuff like this to raise benefits up to the federal poverty line. They've done nothing about it, and it's finally time to act, right? Also, one quick side note, I want to show you this as well. We got this letter. Finally, I showed this to you, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I showed you this letter. We got a letter finally back from the White House. From all the letters that we've been sending them for the last year and a half now, they finally sent us a letter response. Let me show you this really quickly. In case you didn't see the video from a couple weeks ago, check this out. I'll show you the letter inside. This is what it is inside. This is what it is. I mean, a real official letter. Yeah, I had a video a couple weeks ago reading this letter to you and showing you exactly what it is and what it's stating. But yes, we sent out all those letters. We've been asking Congress. We've been asking the president. We've been asking all these people of authority to step up and do something for the fixed income, asking for a raise, $200 raise, to adjust SSI benefits, for a fourth stimulus check, all kinds of different things. Seriously, we've been asking them for a very long time with all these different requests. They sent me a letter back. Seriously, real thing. Anyway, we featured this letter in a separate video. I'm not going to feature it right now on this one just because, we did that a couple weeks ago. So if you want, feel free to scroll back. I think the title on that video is Finally, They Sent Me a Letter, or the White House Sent Me a Letter. It's something like that. Anyway, I will link it down below at the top of the comment section. I'll put a link there to it if you want to check it out, where I have Corey, my wife, read this letter so we can see exactly what it says. But I wanted to show that to you just because somebody is actually reading our letters. That's great. So I think it's time to draft another one because I feel like lawmakers are in a very vulnerable state right now because, with everything going on, I feel like this is a great opportunity to really hammer something home to Congress right now. So I want to do that. Let's do it again. So here's what I'm going to ask of you. Leave me your feedback down below. Let me know, what do you think I should include in this letter, okay? I'll draft up whatever we need to. Again, as always, I like to keep it relatively short and sweet simply because I go along with the belief that the shorter that the letter is, the higher the likelihood that someone will actually read it. If I send them a full one-page letter, honestly, no one's going to sit and read it. These lawmakers are busy, if you know what I mean. Not really busy, but they pretend to be. But anyway, they're busy, and honestly, they have a lot going on right now, so the likelihood of them sitting down and reading a full-page letter is probably very slim. However, if it's one paragraph or 4 sentences, 5 sentences, something like that, the likelihood of them reading it or at least scanning through the vast majority of it is much higher, right? That's why I like to keep it really short, straight to the point, just exactly what we're looking for. So anyway, I think it's time to really hammer down on something. Yes, I think we could ask them for a highly focused fourth stimulus check. That'd be a good question. However, let's remember this as well. The difference between a one-time, highly focused fourth stimulus check is great. That'd be really nice. But it doesn't really solve the problem. It gives everybody a one-time lump sum check. What happens then? Nothing, right? We're out of money then, right? Well, I think it'd actually be more beneficial to go for a smaller dollar amount on an ongoing basis for a either ongoing monthly check that's focused on fixed income beneficiaries who are living below the federal poverty line. That would be more beneficial, even if it was $100 more per month. You know what I mean? If this was something that was a 5-year agreement or something like this, over the long term, you're going to be way further ahead getting $100 per month for 5 years versus getting a one-time $1,400 check or a one-time $2,000 check, right? So let's go for the long game here. Let's go for something a little bit better, as in a big raise to benefits or even a small raise to benefits, an ongoing monthly check, something like that, that would actually be for a longer period of time than just, 3 months or 6 months, maybe ongoing for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, like a guaranteed basic income program for the fixed income, right? Something like this, something that would actually be more beneficial over a long period of time versus just a one-off, $1,400 check or $2,000 check. Don't get me wrong. Those would be really nice too. That would be very beneficial. But I think we've all seen kind of the small problem with that is, yes, we get a stimulus check and all of a sudden before we know it, hey, Where did it all go? It's all gone. I need another one. And then we sit here and wait for Congress to get another one out to us, which takes them forever, or maybe it just never comes, right? So if we can work on something that's even smaller than that, like I said, even another $100 a month, I know it doesn't seem like much, but if you were getting an extra $100 per month right now, and you knew that it was a 5-year agreement, right, that would turn out to be a lot of extra money, right? It'd be, what is that, $6,000 over 5 years? I think I'm doing that math correctly, right? That would be a lot of extra money, right? So as a result of that, I think we can all decide and probably agree that something a little bit smaller would probably be just as good as a big lump sum payment, but just a one-off payment, right? So anyway, let me know your feedback down below. Let me know how we should approach this, how we should draft this letter, and kind of what the approach should be for this. But it's time to reach out to Congress again. We know that somebody's reading the letters because they wouldn't have sent me this if they weren't reading them. There's no way. They sent me this letter. It's a very official looking letter, right? It's a very official feeling letter. I wish you could feel this paper. Seriously. It's like the nicest paper I've ever felt. Seriously, it's very thick. Listen to that. Sounds nice even, right? Actually, right up, where is it? Right up here, I can feel like this seal right here. It's literally a tactile seal. Literally there's texture to it, right? I can literally feel it right here. And there's some text over here. Oh yeah, the text right below it. It's literally raised text. I don't know, pretty fancy stuff going on right now. So pretty official. As a result of that, I feel like, you know what? Let's play a little bit of pen pal tag. What is this called? It's not phone tag. What would it be? Letter tag? Pen pal tag? I don't really know. Anyway, I sent them a letter. They sent me one back. So guess what? Let's reciprocate. Let's send them a letter back. Now again, hammering home the points here as far as what we really need as fixed income beneficiaries. There's been a lot of lawmakers out there who have been saying all these different things, making it sound like there's going to be something great coming and all these different proposals and things like that. It's nice effort, but at the same time, effort does not really pay the bills. I'm sorry, but effort from lawmakers does not pay the bills for people, okay? Anyway, I want to do what I can. I'm very much willing to draft a letter for you and send that one out just like we've done. And who knows, maybe we'll get another letter back. Wouldn't that be cool? Yes, it'd be cool. But at the end of the day, if they're not doing anything, I honestly couldn't care less. They can send me all of these letters that they want, but if they're not going to take any action, keep the paper. Seriously, please. Keep the letter, keep the envelope, save the postage. Don't send me a letter. If they're not going to do anything, then by all means, don't waste everybody's time, right? But anyway, we're here to get action. We are here to get something done. We want to reach out to Congress, and ultimately, I want to get something out of them. As like I've said, as your one and only daily advocate, I want to continue doing anything I possibly can that is obviously legal, and of course, that is also ethical. But I will continue doing whatever I can to be here on your behalf and to continue working on your behalf each and every day to help you out in any way that I can. Get higher benefits, get a one-off stimulus check, whatever it happens to be. Honestly, more cash. That's all we really care about right now. More money in the bank account, whatever that happens to be. If it's a raise to benefits, if it's an ongoing monthly stimulus check, if it's a one-off stimulus check, honestly, just bring it. Whatever Congress can get done, we'd be happy for it at this point. Anyway, leave your comments, your feedback, and your suggestions down below. I'll do my best to read as many and or all of the comments that I can on this video. And as I do get further details, and of course, as I start drafting that letter, I will come back to you and give you an update of where we stand. And then once we feel like we got a final draft, of course, we'll get that thing out to them right away, as it's a pretty good time right now to reach out to Congress and to get some things done. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, have a good one. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later.